It's the most wonderful time of the year. This is Jody with The Jody Show. Check out this video with Sergeant Fuqua with the Columbus Division of Police, as he discusses the 3 most common mistakes made during the holiday shopping season. Don't forget to like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter, The Jody Show.
My name is James Fuqua. I am a sergeant with the Columbus Division of Police. I currently work in the Public Information Unit. I would like to focus on 3 of the most common mistakes made during the holiday shopping season. So these 3 common mistakes are things that happen at a residence, things that happen while you're out shopping, and then things that happen in the course of shopping and getting the items to the vehicle you're driving. So the first tip I would like to talk about is home safety. This time of year, there are a lot of packages that Americans love to have delivered to their house. I am also guilty of this pleasure of having lots of packages delivered to my house. This is the gift of giving season, right? So we want to spread the love and all the hard work we do all year round and spread the gifts to everyone. But one of the things that is most important when you have home delivery service of packages are several things, actually. So the first thing is, if you can, on the days of delivery that you're going to be receiving a package, it's very imperative, it's very important to try to have on the day of delivery someone at the residence. Now, this isn't always possible, obviously, so what you want to do as a backup plan, if you can have someone there, maybe a family member stay at your house at the day of arrival. If you have a trusted neighbor or friends in the neighborhood, maybe have the package delivered to their address where someone will be there. And then another way you could do it that a lot of people are really starting to trend to, and employers are really good with this, is having your packages delivered to your workplace. That way you have it, it's safe, there's always going to be someone there during business hours, and most importantly, like myself, I have young kids. So if I have something delivered to the job, they can't necessarily find it in the house. So it's a great place to store your packages as well in preparation for the holiday. So another one of our safety tips we like to talk about is shopping safety. So the thing is, when you're shopping, there's several things that you can safeguard yourself when you are out shopping. First, if you could preferably use cash, in today's days, not a lot of people use cash, and I understand that. But certain places you go, if it's possible to use cash, do so. Not to discredit anyone or any organization, but this time of year, credit cards get used at a higher rate. And unfortunately, there's certain employers, not employers, but people who are employed certain places that are also looking to capitalize on all your hard work and the earnings that you have. So you definitely want to be very careful if you're not using cash, to make sure when you're using your credit cards, to make sure that it's a credible business that you're at, and always ask for a receipt. And hang on to that receipt through the billing cycle to ensure that you haven't been double charged or that someone hasn't written down the numbers to your credit card information and hack your account. So be very, very careful this time of year, really all year round with your credit card information, but particularly during the holidays, it seems to increase the activity and theft with credit cards. So also when you're out shopping, make sure that when you take your items to the car, if you can secure them in the trunk, that would be most ideal. Now, not everyone has a trunk, but again, this holiday season, when you are going to multiple stores, and again, you're using your hard-earned money to buy items, we have a tendency sometimes, you only have 2 hands, that you'll leave the mall or the places of business and go to other businesses where you'll put your bags in the back seat and they're out for everyone to see. So, something like, let's say you go to the Apple store and you get a cool, new iPad mini or a MacBook. And, an Apple product, for example, is a very well-known logo. So opportunists will walk through parking lots and they see that, and guess what? Next thing you know, your window is smashed and you've lost your property. And even though there are high-tech cameras and a lot of businesses have great technology in terms of visualizing and seeing people, you don't want to fall victim to losing your property that you just purchased. So definitely, if you can secure it in the trunk, secure it in the trunk, or even hold on to it if you're in a mall setting or a place like a plaza that has different businesses. Try to keep the items with you until the last minute possible before you store these items in your vehicle. But here's the piece that everyone always forgets, the third most important piece. So we've had Christmas, we've celebrated the holiday season, everyone's happy. You've made very happy young people in your house with new toys and gadgets and everything, and everyone's sitting around the Christmas fire, and we're all great. Well, the one thing we always forget is post-Christmas. Guess what you have? You have a lot of boxes, you have a lot of trash. So what you always want to do is break these boxes down. You want to store all of your trash in black trash bags so no one can see what you have. Because the worst feeling in the world, again, is for you to celebrate, work so hard for this property, and then you put your big new 50-inch Vizio box on the corner next to the trash can, and guess what? You just broadcast to the entire neighborhood, look at the new TV that I have. And if they are unfortunately people who don't work as hard as you and they want to thieve and they want to take your items, they now know which property to come into. So I can't stress enough, if you are able, break down all your boxes, all of your trash. Make sure you put it into a black trash bag where it cannot be seen. And if you can put it in a container on top of that, that would even be fantastic. I've even suggested to people, you know, a lot of people may not have the time or the resources, but if you do have the resources, to take these boxes to your local recycling area. There's plenty of places that will be glad to have these big boxes in the recycling area because you're helping the environment and you're not broadcasting all your business. So that's a very key point I wanted to make sure I mentioned, because again, we talked about the other things and we have to tie this all together to make sure that at the end of the day, you have a safe and enjoyable holiday and you protect all your property. So one of the things we want you to do, if unfortunately you become a victim of either identity theft, package theft, or anything related to losing property during the holiday season, there are several steps you can take. The most important step in all of this is always ensuring that you contact your local authorities. So whether you live in Columbus, whether you live in another city, regardless of wherever you live, even if it's the sheriff's office and where you live, you always want to contact your local police department first. It's important to have them come out and establish a basic report. And then based on the report and the information that you have and the evidence you may have, that will layer it and make it easier on the police department to possibly find a suspect related to this. So again, it all starts with a report. And it's a classic see something, say something. So if you're somewhere and you believe there's some type of witness that could have been involved and witnessed what had happened, definitely try to encourage them to help you, because if the shoe was on the other foot, obviously you would want someone to help you in the situation and you would want to help them. So you definitely want to try to get witnesses involved, any credit card statements, any evidence of value that you have to help fix the theft or the loss would be great. But I cannot stress enough, it all starts with an initial report, and based on what the patrol officer will give, will help determine how much we can go into finding the person who is responsible for your loss of property. In closing, I would like to thank everyone for allowing me to spread my helpful tips this holiday, and I would also wish everyone a safe and happy holiday. May your holidays be filled with cheer and joy, and have a happy and safe new year.